stuffed me into a red wedding gown and shipped me off to the palace, made the new empress at an age when I still needed someone taking care of me. The little prince's mom. First thing after arriving, I was put to work learning palace etiquette from the head matron. I thought I'd gotten pretty good at it, but the emperor didn't look impressed at all. He waved the matron off, clearly annoyed. When the empress and I are alone, drop the formalities. You're dismissed. The second she left, Gu Yuanji threw manners out the window and plopped right down on the front steps. When it's just us, keep it like the old days. Call me brother-in-law, or just Yuanji. I relaxed instantly. Honestly, the way he came in blazing earlier had really scared me. He patted the step beside him, motioning for me to sit. Just like back when he wasn't emperor yet. Before the rebellion, when my sister was still alive. They'd always do that. Just sit on the front steps and watch the sunrise or the sunset together. Gu Yuanji's voice cracked. Do you miss your sister? Of course I did, more than anything. I didn't like the palace. I didn't like kids. I really didn't like raising a kid inside the palace. But knowing my sister gave her life to bring him into this world, I tried my best. She left so suddenly without a single word. Jinger was the only piece of her I had left. Gu Yuanji wasn't looking at me. Probably didn't even catch my nod. He just stared up at the sky. The sky was gray and hazy that day. Nothing like the sunrises and sunsets he and my sister used to share. Jinger is the only child your sister and I had. I want him to grow up safe and healthy, take his place in the East Palace and become the next emperor. But these ministers and noble families, they're relentless. Every single one of them is pushing women into my harem, angling for power. And yet, I miss your sister so much. An emperor in tears, and anyone would have been moved by that. I barely followed what he was saying. Something about court factions and the succession struggle, like what the Grand Tutor covered in lessons. Then one day, the Minister of Revenue's daughter, Jiang Minmin, entered the palace and was titled Consort Xian. I almost laughed. Just yesterday, he was in tears over my sister. And now there's already a new woman. When Jiang Minmin came to pay her respects at Fengyi Palace, I sat upright on the main seat, full Empress energy, just like Matron Zhao had drilled into me. Gu Yanzi told me the ministers had been pressuring him to bring Jiang Minmin into the palace even before Jinger was born. I figured she must finally be getting what she wanted. Should be happy, right? But her eyes were so red and swollen. She looked exactly like me when my sister passed. When the greetings wrapped up and she turned to leave, I couldn't help but call out to her, just like how my mom had comforted me on my first day here. Cheer up, the palace has its perks. The snacks here are seriously amazing. I picked up an almond cake from the table, thought about it, decided one piece was too stingy, and fought every craving in my body to hand over the whole plate. She thanked me with teary eyes, picked up the plate and walked away, right before I could start drooling. After that, my daily routine gained a new item. Jiang Minmin coming to pay her respects every single day. She was always gloomy. The only time she'd crack a smile was when she was playing with Jinger. After a while, I figured she just wasn't the type to smile. Then 2 more women entered the palace. One was Pei Xiang, daughter of the Minister of Personnel, titled Noble Lady Rong. The other was Wei Yiying, daughter of a chancellor who'd served 2 dynasties. She walked straight in as Imperial Noble Consort. The inner palace got lively real fast. Within 3 months, news broke that Pei Xiang was pregnant with a prince. Gu Yuanji was thrilled, promoted her to Consort Rong, and moved her to Chaoyang Palace. Around the same time, Jinger hit his first birthday, the crown prince's first year, so naturally it was a whole production. More palace staff flooded into Fengyi Palace. Gu Yuanji noticed I was close with Jiang Minmin, so he had her help me organize the banquet. Jinger's chubby little hand gripped my finger as he wobbled through his first steps. Everyone gushed over how smart and adorable he was. All smiles, all peaceful, at least on the surface.